Well, all right, moving on, Ben. So you recently spoke about changing your name from Big Lou to C.M.D. Why the name change though? Like, don't you think that that's going to confuse the fans that may not see this interview or don't follow social media? Like, your name is your brand.
Nah, I'm not gonna change it completely. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it more to show love to my city. You know what I'm saying? I always wore Camden on my sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go or anybody, if you mention Camden, you mention Big Lou. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I brought to the table.
It's
And Camden
synonymous.
is is inevitable, man. Listen, I did so much for the city of Camden that is unmatched, is untouched. The legacy that I built for myself, for my city, and what I'm still building, I just want to talk about it, and I want to make a project that that's all about my city, my hood, you know what I mean, and just keep on, showing love the right way. And I don't feel as though nobody could touch that, you know what I'm saying, could touch that in the city like me. You know what I mean? I done proved my point. I done proved there's nothing to prove. You know what I'm saying? I
Yo, stop
come from a
shaking the
city.
camera.
I come from a city of hate. There's a lot of jealousy. You feel me?
Wait.
There's a
Before we
lot.
get into that, though, right? Before we get into that, what was Camden known for before Big Lou?
I said, you want to be stopped? No, I said, motherfucking, I don't know. Camden, listen, at the time we had artists. We didn't, at the time when I came up, we didn't have too many artists. You know what I'm saying? It was poverty. So you either had to try and do music or play some type of sport to make it out. You know what I'm saying? That's all I know. That's what I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, either
So
you
it was just
sling crap
known as
rock
like a
or
really rough place. That's what it was mainly known for.
yeah, at the time it was very rough. When I came up in Camden, that's when it was the murder capital for like over
Yo, we
10
murder for
years.
capital.
Yeah, it was the murder capital for over 10 years. That's when Camden was really bad. Before they made it, they blended Camden with Morristown, Cherry Hill. They blended it. That's why a lot of these cats, excuse me, that's why a lot of these cats that's not from Camden, they be like, yeah, I'm from Camden, but you'd be like, where from in Camden? Oh, Willingboro. You know what I'm saying? But they
Remember we
not
said
from
that they
Camden.
say Camden County.
Exactly. They say Camden County. You feel me? Because they come from, the county, the whole county is a whole now, just like the Camden police, they metro police now.
Right.
So now the murders in just Camden alone is still high. But these politicians, they did that on purpose to fool you. For they could think that the murders is dropping because they putting it in a hole though. But if you just put the 8 square miles of murders at Camden, you see what it was before. It was like 60 murders, 70 murders in an 8 square mile city. You know what I'm saying? And that was way too much, you know what I'm saying, murders in 1 year for 8 square mile city. And it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they had to change that. So they want to make it look like they doing their job. They doing this great job with the politicians. They not doing shit. The hood is still the hood. You know what I'm saying? They just got it. They just made it, like I said, they turned the Camden Police to Metro. They added all these other little cities that's more suburbs. You know what I'm saying? And they made it, they made it what it is.
Man, that CMD project though, you gotta dig in your bag and pull out that "Do you really want to kill me?" That type of style, bring it back
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah. And that's what I'm already doing, man. It's gonna have that type of flavor. They're gonna see it's all about the hood, it's all about C.M.D. And that's why I said, you know what I mean, when they mention Camden, mention me. You know what I mean? Because that's what happens. Anybody that goes out, as much as these little rappers hate it, and they hate when somebody, oh, you from Camden? You know Big Lou? That's the first thing they say. You know Big Lou, because they know I carry
Hmm.
Camden on my sleeve, and I always been the biggest thing out there. You know what I mean? Let you tell it though. Flim Flam and Flim, they the biggest. You know what I'm saying? But people know what's real. You know what I'm saying? People know the God MC. You know what I mean? They know the Spanish Frank White. That's legacy. That's
Yeah.
legendary.
Yo, you
You know
need to
what I
let
mean?
me be in
So
one of the music videos when I bust out with a double barrel shotgun. Like, get your ass on the motherfucking floor!
oh,
Booyaka, booyaka!
come on, man. You you already at everything, you know what I'm saying? You my right hand man. You feel me? So you
Come in,
already at
busting the
everything.
door open, like, get your ass on the ground right
Nah, you gotta do the motherfucking bolo part and shit.
now! Yo.
When he had when he had the raps and shit.
All right. So I notice you tend to make a lot of posts, right? Like on social media about other
Right, right.
rappers and people in your city. Like there's a lot of static that is within the politics of Camden. Like, where does all of
Right.
this come from?
No, it's not. I mean, it's not really like the stat. I mean, there's a lot when it comes to the hip hop scene in Camden, there's a lot of separation. But it's because cats just don't want to accept the truth. You feel me? They don't want to accept the truth. If they accept the truth, like, all right, who's the nice? It's hard for them to be like, all right, let's put this into perspective. If Lou was like Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Am I LeBron? Is that Kobe Bryant? Is we gonna get? Is we gonna be? Everybody can't be Michael Jordan. You feel me? Oh, so why Lou can be called Michael Jordan? See, and that's the problem. You feel me? Like, what's wrong with Kobe? What's wrong with LeBron? What's wrong with Kyrie? Nobody want to play their roles. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when Jay-Z started Rock Nation. It's Jay-Z, it's Young Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? You got all these different voices. And that's why I did the track called Voices to show that we got different faces. But when the different faces start feeling animosity towards each other, it just gets ruined and it's sad. And it's just one or two bad apples. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I see like the interviews and shit like that. And you see the rappers, they talk and they mention me. Some of them mention me, and it's always like they start off good, but then in the back, they try to throw me up under the bus. You know what I'm saying? To make me look bad or say shit that I didn't say. Or, you know what I mean? I don't want to give too much energy, but there's this one podcast that he came out and he was like, why Lou don't show these young niggas love like that? Like, motherfucker, I did the Kuma Awards. This dumb motherfucker didn't do his fucking, like, his history check. I done gave awards. I started the award show. Before all these motherfuckers, nobody was giving artists in the city awards. I started that shit. Now you got like 4 or 5 different people giving people awards in the city. They always jack what I did. If I started doing shows and I started doing clubs and everything, you got motherfucking copycats everywhere. Everybody want to do what Big Lou do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, get your own shit. You feel me? Do your own thing. Stop riding my fucking dick. But then it became a thing that I said, you know what? Let them. Let them do it. You know what I'm saying? I'll just pioneer. It's like when Smack said, you know what I mean? Let these little battle leagues come. It ain't gonna be URL. You feel me? URL is always gonna be that, and that's how I felt. Like, let them get it, but it was like at the same time, let's come together and build. Don't try to kick my back in because then it's gonna be a problem. You feel me? And that's the shit with Camden. They just don't know how to work together, man. And it's sad. It's sad because sometimes it's the older motherfuckers. It's not the younger niggas. And I remember when the older motherfuckers was younger and they used to talk that shit. And now they ain't too old. Now they got the grades and shit like that. And if you can't hold your pen game and you don't stay nice, like that's why I talk my shit, because I'm the fountain of youth, nigga. Like I'm older now, but I'm the fountain of youth. I still got a young boy following. You know what I'm saying? I still can get on the track and fuck with somebody like an A Boogie or somebody, you know what I mean? Because I could change my styles. I stood with the times. A lot of these niggas, they just need to give it the shit up. You know what I'm saying? Don't live off all that old shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna count. And I try to just inspire the younger niggas from my city to have that same goal. You know what I'm saying? Like talk that shit. You feel me? When motherfuckers is hating on you, keep on grinding, keep on doing your shit. You know what I mean? But then some of these motherfuckers, they forget real fast. Cause I see a lot of these young niggas that some of these so-called vets didn't show no love to. But once they all washed up and somebody gives them an opportunity, now they all bosom buddies and shit. You know what I mean? And they forgot who used to look them out when they ain't had nobody. You know what I mean? So that's all it is, man. I don't pay too much attention to it. You know what I mean? I talk my shit because I could talk that shit. You feel me? But I'm always gonna prove my point, and I'm always gonna carry Camden the way it need to be carried. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always gonna try and take it there, and I'm gonna support the right motherfuckers, the right young motherfuckers that's gonna big Camden up the way I carried it, the way I wear it on my sleeve. I'm gonna always, hold them accountable too to what you do in your city. You know what I'm saying? And be real. You know what I mean? And I'll gladly pass the torch to a motherfucker that deserves it. Right now, I haven't found nobody that really deserves the torch right now, but I'm definitely gonna pass it.